Coming up in today's video, I show you how to trim your natural hair at home without heat in these mini braids. So let's get into today's video. Trimming your natural hair at home need not be hard. Today's video shows you that you're able to do it without heat on your natural hair, and you only need very few tools. So let's show you the method. Welcome back to all my subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new around here, a special welcome to you. Everyone is welcome. So grateful for all the support. Do go ahead and hit the notification bell if you're already subscribed. If you have not yet subscribed, there is lots of time. Do go ahead and press the subscribe button. Thank you so much. So you are watching my natural hair journey here on Simply Shev, and it is time for my quarterly hair trim. If you watch my video talking about setting natural hair goals at the start of the year, we did a series of videos on growing your natural hair in 2022, and one of those was to actually trim my hair on schedule and to do quarterly trimming. Now this video was filmed a few weeks ago, so we're now into quarter 2 of the year, and so it's time to do the trim for this quarter. As you all know, I'm on a mini braids hair challenge. Started on the 8th of May and it's finishing on the 8th of August. Hence my hair is in mini braid, and this trimming will be in mini braids. Now, I love trimming my natural hair in mini braids for a variety of reasons. The number one reason is that I actually know how much hair I'm going to be cutting off. So I will not be doing a massive trim. I'm mainly going to be dusting the ends of my hair, the oldest parts of my hair, the bits that actually make my hair look unsightly, or the bits that will break off. I'm not actually going for anything drastic on cutting my hair in this video. So yes, as stated, the ends of our hair is the parts where we tend to experience the most breakage, especially split ends, and so the focus is to get rid of those areas so that the damage doesn't travel further up your hair shaft. Is what I'm doing in this video, is just getting rid of the bad bits that I don't want. I'm not cutting my hair off. I do believe in growing my natural hair long, and in the past I have been scissor happy, where I tend to cut off a lot of hair and then get to December and think, what's happened on my natural hair journey? I haven't retained any length because I've cut off all of the progress. I'm not going to be doing that in 2022. I'm just getting rid of the bad bits. So I'm doing this without heat. You can actually straighten your hair to cut the ends off, but that is quite damaging to keep doing that, and especially if you're going to be doing that every quarter. That's straightening your hair 4 times. I find that stretching my natural hair in braids or in twists gives me enough stretch along the shaft of my hair to be able to see the length and to be able to see what to cut off. So I tend to schedule my trimming for when my hair is in the sort of longer term protective style, where it's braided or twisted in quite small amounts. Now you can see I'm using quite a cheap scissors, quite a cheap clip. Trimming your natural hair at home does not have to be expensive. It's very cheap and it's very effective. I tend to buy a scissors especially for trimming, a cheap one, probably £2 or £3 each time, and I just do that, and for the year I'm spending less than £20 to be able to give my hair a nice clean cut. Once again, the great benefit of cutting your hair in mini braids or mini twists is that you're going to know exactly how much you're going to cut off. You're probably going to just cut off the fuzzy bit at the end of the braid that you didn't actually get to braid, which is kind of like what I'm doing in this video, but it's more of a dusting, so I'm cutting even less than that. I'm cutting about ½ inch all the way around. There might be sections where I do cut 1 inch off. You know, it all depends. I'm not going for even hair, I'm going for healthy hair. So what I do is I get each hair and actually look at the ends of it to see the damage that I'm going to be cutting off, and I look to see where the hair is split, where it's just looking, you know, just really uneven, and then I just cut that away. Now, if you're going to be cutting your natural hair at home for the first time, I suggest you also section it into sections and deal with it bit by bit. You want to take this task on bit by bit, or else it can be quite daunting. It is completely possible, it's completely easy, but if it is your first time doing it from hairdressers, you might find it daunting. So sectioning your hair will be able to give you manageable chunks to be able to use to be able to get the cut that you want. Trimming your hair, contrary to belief, actually does allow you to retain length. If you held on to all of those bad sections of your hair, when your hair is out of mini braids and you're combing through, you'll actually find that those ends that's damaged actually make the rest of your hair damaged, and in time your hair will look really, really thin. If you want to thicken your hair, you would have seen in my mini braids about a year ago how thin the ends of my hair was. It only got thick by cutting away the damage. Your hair cannot thicken where it's really being thinned out and being really damaged, except for trimming away that damage. Once again, you can also trim your hair in twists. I've also got another video, and I'm going to put that out. I haven't put it out yet, where my hair was in chunky twists, and I did trim my hair successfully also. It's a quick way to do it. Is to twist your hair in about 15 sections and trim bits that's at the end of those. Absolutely quite easy, easier than making very small braids like this to do it. You could also trim your hair when it's wet, but as a natural, I tend to trim my hair when it's dry, but the preference is yours. You're absolutely fine for trimming it when it's wet. It's only that when it's wet, it tends to shrink and you don't know exactly how much you're cutting off, because a whole inch of natural hair shrunk could look like a couple of centimeters. So just be careful if you are cutting your hair when it's wet, because you might actually cut off more than you think you're cutting off. Hopefully that makes sense. So as stated, trimming your natural hair is completely up to you. I'm doing it every quarter. You can do it every 6 months. And there's actually a poll I did on my channel asking you how often you trim your hair. And I think everyone was trying to trim their hair at least twice a year. So that's a good amount to aim for. Try not to cut it too often, because sometimes we just want to cut our hair because it's time to cut our hair, not because we've examined our hair and see that it needs cutting. I think the second bit is better, where you actually look at your ends and say, okay, it's time to actually get rid of this, and then you just cut away. What you can see me doing in this video is holding up my hair to my face and just looking where I can see the damage, and I'm just cutting that away. So do go ahead and check out those videos on how to set goals and to actually achieve them by writing down the fact that I need to trim on schedule. I'm actually trimming on schedule. So go ahead, journal your natural hair journey, and also write down the goals that you hope to achieve in 2022. We're growing a natural hair long, healthy and strong, and on this channel I'm using virgin hair fertilizer for the roots. I'm maintaining health along the length of my hair using Aveda. You may have seen my Aveda playlist, and so also check that out. Check out my virgin hair fertilizer and clove playlist. I'm using that for the root, and for the length of my hair I'm using Aveda, and for the ends of my hair I'm maintaining it by trimming away damage and making sure that that's moisturized, sealed and ready for growth. So we're growing our hair long, healthy and strong on Simply Shev. Once again, I do hope you feel empowered to be able to trim your natural 4C hair at home. It's quite cheap, it's quite easy. I recommend doing it in mini braids or mini twists or even chunky twists, but just go ahead and do it. Get a scissors, especially for the occasion. The main thing is to make sure that the scissors is sharp and to be able to see the amount that you're cutting off. I also recommend you probably doing the trimming in sections as well. So once again, I'm going to be signposting you to 3 very beneficial playlists that I think you might enjoy. The very first one is my natural hair journey, showing you that I've never had long hair before, and you will be able to see how it's come along step by step in order to motivate you to grow your natural hair. The second one is this challenge that we're on, is to grow your natural hair using mini braids. I think you'll find that very beneficial. And the third playlist is showing you how I use virgin hair fertilizer to increase the amount of growth that I get. Do go ahead and check those out. Also, do subscribe. It will really mean a lot to me. Also, hit the like button to be able to push this video up and so other ladies can see this, and leave me a comment down below. Or how often do you trim your hair? Do you trim? I know there's some ladies that don't trim at all and they're still having great growth and progress. Do put that down below. That is how much hair I actually lost. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video.